swivel seat works. Don't mean to badmouth any particular company, but this is the SwivelsRUs swivel seat. And I'm not playing here, this is hard. There we go. And then, yeah, once it's in place, it's awesome. But that's how hard it is. So we even emailed SwivelsRUs and asked them why it's so sticky or how we can fix it, and they sent us directions, and they said, hey, just unscrew the bolts and the nuts a little bit and that'll loosen it up. So we did. They said don't put any graphite and don't put any oil in it, but just loosen those up. It should work just fine. And it did not. So then we did it again, and we loosened it so much so that the bolts and the nuts are just connected, and there's space in between the metal and the nut and bolt, so it even rocks and clicks and squeaks when I drive if nobody's sitting in it. And so that didn't even work. So now we have a seat that's hard to spin that rocks and clicks and squeaks, and so I bought a Scopema. And so now we're going to install that today, and I'm going to do the video so you can see how we did it. And if you want to get one for your own self, we have an affiliate link because we're so cool. The Swivel Shop. You can get your own Scopema for 5% off if you use our affiliate code, which will be in the description below. It's made in France. Cool. All right, well, this is much thinner than the one we got from SwivelsRUs. Get this out of the way. It's really heavy, but it is much thinner. So that's kind of cool. Well, all of the words are in French. Never drive when the swivel isn't bolted facing the road. So don't drive with your seat going in reverse. Here we go. All the screws are in here. That's kind of nice. And I'm going to put it up and out of the way while I take off the old one. I think I'm going to try to do it by myself. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, then there'll be a man here soon, to save me. These are the things we loosened. You can see I can spin them pretty much by hand. They're pretty loose. Look at that one. That's because it's toward the front. I can spin it. We can spin these guys too. 2 down. So one time our dishwasher stopped working, so my husband tried to fix it, and he went in and he took apart the whole motor, and all he had to do was lift the motor out of the way to do it, but he took it all apart, and then we had to call somebody in to fix it. So I just realized I was taking it all apart rather than just disconnecting it. So now we have to disconnect it and put it all back together. So we got the seat off. There's the husband. We got the seat off, and this is where I screwed up, and I took off the swivel part. I was removing the swivel part, not the whole unit. So, I told you, man would come out and save me, and he did. So we're taking this apart now, and once this is off, we're going to look at the S-bar heater and see why it's not igniting. And then after that, we're going to put in the Scopema, baby. Okay, so those are the bolts that came with the Scopema from the Swivel Shop.
Are there instructions with this?
I'm sure there's somewhere. I'm sure we can find them online.
Yeah, I'd like to look at the instructions at least once before we do it.
Yeah, we just got to move the chair out of the way now. We've already disconnected everything and removed the SwivelsRUs thing.
It says S-bar heaters in there.
Yeah, and you fixed it.
Yes.
There was a bad connection underneath the cubby. There's our little doggy.
Jump up. Jump up.
Get up on the couch, honey. Good boy. Okay, so this was fixed. Yay, we have our heater back. And now we've got Scopema, baby. Okay, so the guy on the internet said, put it on there and line it up with the bolt holes, and you'll have to pivot the top so that you can see the bolt holes. And they should line up well, but if they don't, that's an issue. Do they on all four sides? Yay!
Yeah.
Sweet! Okay, you need to now we have to go back and look what the guy on the internet says. They said some of the screw holes might not line up, and that's probably where the jack and the block come in so that you can push it up and realign them if there's a problem. You got to pull that way.
Try this that way.
Try moving this thing. So we are at an impasse. The swivel seat screw holes do not align properly with the factory screw hole, and that means 3 go in and the 4th one does not. And I do not want to drill out the hole and make it bigger because I think that's not good. And I don't have a scissor jack to separate them. I only have a hydraulic jack, which will not work because when you lay a hydraulic jack down, it doesn't do anything. So I have a van full of crap everywhere and the inability to drive anywhere because it's full of tools and things in the way that need to get put all back before you drive, and don't know how to fix it. So I just wrote to the swivel shop to see if they have some magic key that'll make it happen. And in the meantime, I've been doom scrolling on Instagram. Well, after much ado and a lot of dicking around with this thing, we finally got it done. Either way, that one screw hole wasn't lining up, and we tried 5 different ways to do it, and I really did not want to get a hole drilled into it, so he did
wasn't
not.
gonna drill a hole. I was going to widen.
He's going to widen the existing hole. I did not want that. So he tried it one more time, and the final time of trying, it actually did work. So now, wait for it. Look at that. Wow. That's so much better. Scopema, baby. Besides the fact that that 3rd bolt didn't fit in, this is a way, way better, way easier to spin swivel seat than the SwivelsRUs.
Yeah, it's too bad because
there's the SwivelsRUs right over there. Anybody want to buy it? $50.
how much did it cost new?
$345.
It's crazy.
I'm a swivel seat. I'm on my swivel seat. I'm not.